What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Power of I Am. I am Eric. I am all there is. I am love. I am perfection. I am always chosen. I am everyone's top priority. No one is better than me. No one compares to me. Claim it. All right. So first, I want to thank all the members who showed up at the live last night. It was fantastic, as usual. If anyone who hasn't joined yet, the membership link is in the description, as well as the link to my store if you want to work with me. All right, so today, hello, Zane. Today, we are going to talk about something that's very underrated. I have made a video on this particular subject before, but I'm going to break it down even further and also kind of explain why it's highly underrated for bringing any one of your desires into your reality. Okay, the first scripture time. All right. I'm just going to read these and then I'll explain after. Maybe you guys can see where I'm about to go with it. 1 Corinthians 2:9. God has prepared things for those who love him that no eyes have seen or ear has heard, or that haven't crossed the mind of any human being. Psalm 53. In the morning, O Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning, I lay my requests before you and wait in expectation. All right. I'll touch back on those again a little bit later. So, what I'm going to explain today is how training yourself to expect the best is honestly, it's probably the best way to experience a life glow up. Kind of like my last video, okay? So I'm going to dive deep into that. I made a video on how to do it. I'm going to explain it again, and I'm going to explain even further how doing this exercise daily will help you bring in everything you want in your life, okay? So now, I mentioned as part of my own personal routine in the member section that after I remind myself of who I am, which is my opener in every video I do, right? I also tell myself that today is the best day of my life. Every day I tell myself that, okay? Because remember, everything you do, all and everything you say, everything that you think, assume will be proven to you, okay? So after that, now, when I say how to train yourself to expect the best, every little thing, okay? Make this a challenge for you guys because this is easy, it's easy to forget this, okay? Every little thing that you do in your day, tell yourself, dictate, tell the 3D what is going to happen before you do it. Okay? Now, it doesn't matter. It's for everything. When you're, again, I mentioned this before, when you get in a car, you're going to go somewhere. Tell yourself, I'm going to get in this car, right? There's going to be absolutely no traffic, easy commute wherever you're going. You arrive safely, easy peasy. You're going to go to a meeting, and before you walk into that meeting, you say, I'm going to walk into that meeting. Everyone's going to instantly fall in love with me the second I walk through that door. I am the most important person the second I walk through that door. Every time I speak, people stop to listen, period. It all went great. It all worked out in my favor. It was perfect. Then you walk in there, right? Same thing. You're going to go out to eat. Whatever restaurant you choose, 5-star quality. You're going to have the best meal of your life. The chef was on point that day. The bartender knew exactly what they're doing. You had the VIP treatment because you are VIP, and then you go and do it. Here's the thing. Everything I mentioned, and this is for everything. You're gonna meet an SP, you say the same thing. We're gonna have a conversation, it's gonna go well, it's so loving, it was perfect, they were all over me, they confessed so many things, that whatever. You go do it. Now here's the thing. When you go actually, do the thing that you just said that you were going to do, and you gave your direction of how it's going to go, whether it happened that way or not, it did. And then the next day, you say these things again anyway. If you're taking that same ride, you say it to yourself anyway. If you're going to that same restaurant or a different one, you say that type of thing anyway. Any meeting, you say it anyway. How work went, you say it anyway. right? And then as you do these things, you are going to realize shifts. Now, if you're still waking up every day and you're saying that ultimate identity self-concept that I say, which is all that is, love, perfection, always chosen, everyone's top priority, no one's better than me, no one compares to me. And then you're telling yourself today's the best day of my life. And then as you go about your day, as you do things, you're telling yourself how they're going to go, how you expect them to go in your favor, of course, because you're now expecting the best of everything. You're going to notice a shift where it seems that when you say how things are going to go, they start to happen that way. The parking space starts to be there. The meetings start to go absolutely perfect. They go your way. People treat you fucking amazing. Everywhere you go, you just have the same meal. You never hit traffic. You never get lines at In-N-Out Burger. That type of shit, right? You experience the best. And you want to know why? Because you become the identity that always expects the best and receives the best. Now, when you're the identity that always expects the best and receives the best, now, when you have a particular desire, I'm always getting attacked by a feather. When you have a particular desire that you want to materialize in your physical world, now your first thought will, on autopilot, automatically, you won't have to think about this. You will automatically expect to receive it. You will automatically expect it to be easy. In fact, you may sit there and dictate exactly how it's going to go, and it'll be a normal thing for you, right? And then these things can come in avalanches from all aspects. And then when you think of all these different desires, whether it's something at work, whether it's money, whether it's a person, whether it's a vacation, whether it's anything, health, and you're automatically that person who expects the best and receives the best, that's when things can come in avalanches from every corner all at once. And you're like, holy shit, everything's materializing perfectly. My life is completely blown up in my favor, a complete glow up, right? Because you're our pure perfection. Period. Whenever you make a decision, now you expect it to go your way. You expect nothing but the best. You always expect the best by default from doing that little exercise of everything I'm going to do. I'm expecting the best. Even if you're going to go fucking wash dishes. That was the best. That was the fucking easiest fucking that grease came off those plates so fucking easy. And then you go wash them. Like, it sounds funny, but I'm telling you, that's how you train yourself to expect the best, because here's why. Part of like program going up, a lot of us grew up expecting the worst of things, right? And then we became that identity that expects the worst. So then, of course, when we think of things that we want, it's like we automatically expect it to be hard. And because we're always being listened to and proven right, then it must be, right? Then it must be hard, because that's who we are being. That's who we have been. And then when we start to implement new ideas, that old self will attack us, because that's our old identity. We're implementing this new identity that has this particular thing, but that old identity, it's like, things usually suck for us. So let's fight this. Let me throw more circumstances at you that show otherwise, to keep you where you usually are, to keep you expecting the worst, right? And then that feels normal for you. And then that pattern continues through everything. We experience it because it's identity. It's almost like the main motherboard identity that is controlling, that's running in the background as you try to bring things in, right? So the expecting the worst things is also why when we have a negative thought, right, those things seem to pop up really quick, because as we expect the worst, now when we are fearing something that is going to come in our life that we don't want, they pop in, because when we put our focused attention on them, our identity within us that always expects the worst, it says, oh, we're right at home. Come on in, like an air fucking traffic controller fucking bringing the fucking plane in. Whew, come on in, shitty circumstances. We're used to this shit, right? And it brings it fucking in. So this is extremely under fucking rated, right? So God has prepared things for those who love him that no eyes have seen or ear has heard, or that haven't crossed the mind of any human being. So basically, preparing for things you haven't seen is basically what we're doing here. We are saying how this is going to go. We're making the preparation as God and man, of how things are going to go when we do it. Right? And then we go do it. Whether we see it or not, it doesn't matter. We said it anyway. And then the next day we'll say it anyway for every little thing. Any little thing that irks us, like, nope, it's different now. If your dog does certain things on the walks and you're like, right? Even if you have a reactive dog and he's going to continue to be reactive because you expect it. No, we're going to go on this walk. It's going to be absolutely peaceful. In fact, we saw some dogs come out and good old Zane didn't even make it. He's not reactive. I'm just saying as an example. He didn't even fucking, he didn't care. And then you go do it. And if he reacts, next time, say it again and watch what happens, because we're always proven right. But if you always have that dread, I'm going to go out there and this is going to fucking happen. I'm dreading it. But well, then that's going to happen. That coffee guy's going to fuck up your order. That person's going to ignore you. You're going to be left on red. Right? It's all an identity, because that is what we experience. Been saying this since The Power of I Am, episode 1. Right? It's who we are being. It's the law of being. And the law is always perfect. We cannot hide from it. It never turns off. So you always have the decision of who you are being. Right? And again, like I said in one of my videos, it is not the exact things that you say or think. It's that what just happened is you're being the identity, it would happen too. So when you become the identity that expects the best, when you embody it now, because you literally trained yourself that way, you got rid of that old expecting the worst shit. Now everything just fucking comes because you expect it to. That person, you expect them to. That money, you expect it to. That best case scenario, you expect it to. That vacation, you expect it to. That peaceful dog walk, you expect it to. Right? And that goes for everything. It's the best identity to be. Right? And I'm sure a lot of you will have some other identities to throw at me that may be superior. And it's true, because you're always right anyway. But I find this for life glow-ups, it takes care of everything as a whole. And then whenever you think of a particular thing and you remind yourself of the truth right then and there, for the members who saw my video of my daily routine, that's how I do things. Whenever a desire or anything pops in my mind, I remind myself of the truth right then and there. Keyword remind, right then and there. And if I'm the identity that expects to have it, everything I want as a whole, and expects the best as a whole, then why the fuck would I ever think that I won't get it? I will automatically, on autopilot, expect it. And my world will reflect that, because I'm not fucking needing anything. I'm not fucking wanting anything. Psst. I'm not telling myself I'm not who I am, because I'm fucking all that is. That's why I say in the beginning, I am all that is. That is how you remind yourself who you are, to get rid of the feeling that you don't have what you want, or that you need it or you want it, because you're all that is. And if you're all that is, you already have everything. And if you have everything, you don't need anything, right? Psalm 5:3. That backs us up some more. In the morning, O Lord, you hear my voice. I'm all that is. I am love. I am perfection. I am always chosen. I'm everyone's top priority. No one is better than me. No one compares to me. The first thing, the only things that I repeat over and over on loop as I get ready in my mind, as I get ready in the morning. In the morning, O Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning, I lay my requests before you and wait in expectation. So I'm giving my requests and I'm expecting them to happen. Just like now, when I go make my fucking eggs, they all crack perfectly before I crack them. No yolk got cut in the shell and the runny and fucked up my over easy. No. Everything I do, I'm going to go to that workout. I'm going to have that workout. The strongest guy in the gym, nothing but progress. I can literally see progress in the mirror. I am the most important person everywhere I go today. Everywhere I drive, there is no traffic. There are no cops behind me that are trying to make me think something's going to happen. No, everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. Why? Because I am the identity that always expects the best. And therefore, I am the identity that always receives the best. And therefore, I am the identity that always manifests whatever the fuck I want. All right, guys. Hope you guys had a great day. I'm now going to film my members video, which I'll post shortly after this one. So give it some time. I hope you guys have a great weekend. If not, I'll just assume it to be great anyway.